I am back and I'm here to talk about the top 3 most intriguing things heading into Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory 2017. Right now, I'm about to get into that Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory. But first, I'd like to ask you to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of every video that I make. So let's get right on into this. Bound for Glory is this Sunday on pay-per-view. Check it out. We have a stacked card, but I'm here to talk about the 3 most intriguing things heading into Bound for Glory. Alright, first up, we have the Aberdeen Pavilion in Ottawa. Look, this is pretty interesting because at first when I heard that Bound for Glory was going to be in Ottawa and I seen the layout of the Aberdeen Pavilion, it looked like a spot where it would be a nice spot for gatherings and social events or whatnot. Not necessarily a wrestling arena spot, but like I said months ago, and it's not very big, which is a good move by Impact Wrestling. You don't want to go to a huge venue to where you can't fill that thing out. You have empty seats, so it's a good move there. But as I said months ago, I have faith enough in Impact Wrestling that they wouldn't put their biggest pay-per-view of the year in a spot to where they couldn't turn it around into a wrestling arena in some form or fashion. So I'm pretty sure they're going to turn it around to a wrestling arena. What I am interested in is how it's going to look. What is going to be the layout once they turn it into a wrestling arena. That is going to be interesting all in itself. So next up, we have the surprise debut, surprise returns, and what have you. This is going to be interesting because as it pertains to returns, it's already been announced that Alberto El Patron will be returning. They haven't said anything about what he'll be doing, so that leads me to believe one thing. It's not going to be a match. So in my opinion, Alberto El Patron is going to come down to the ring, cut a promo, say some things, and he's going to get interrupted. Who is he going to get interrupted by is the question, and I'm very intrigued by that because it could be a new debut. It could be someone that's already in Impact Wrestling. I'm interested to see how that all works out. I'm not the biggest fan of El Patron as it is, to be quite honest, but I'm interested to see who interrupts him. Moving on, we have, as it pertains to returns and debuts, we have OVE, and I've already been spoiled as to who's going to be in their corner. We had the segment last week where they were backstage and you had the arm and the tattoo ink. I didn't quite know who that was because I don't keep up with a lot of promotions like that, but I've been spoiled as to who he is, and it's going to be quite interesting now that I know who he is. And I won't spoil it for you, but this match should be a lot of fun. We have a no disqualification. It's a street fight, so he should be involved. So I'll be looking forward to it. So keeping up with the returns and debuts, King Mo and Stephen Bonner. How are they going to do in a wrestling ring? I'm very intrigued to see how this works out. The last time I said this was D'Angelo Williams last year, and he came out and he just took over the joint. He came out and came to wrestle, not just be a part of the match. He came to be a wrestler in the match, put on a show for fans. And I'll be interested to see if King Mo and Stephen Bonner has that mindset. So moving on, the last thing, top 3 most intriguing things heading into Bound for Glory. The last thing is, and not necessarily the results, not necessarily the matches, but the last thing is all of the gimmick matches. Now, this card is stacked from top to bottom, but there are a lot of gimmick matches. We got 8 matches as it pertains to right now. The spoilers have found me. I didn't look for spoilers, but yeah, I've been already spoiled. We have 8 matches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gimmick matches out of those 8 matches. And it'll be interesting because it's hard sometimes for a crowd to just stay up. And it's difficult when you have all of these gimmick matches back to back, because I'll guarantee one thing: the crowd is going to be dead for one of these gimmick matches, maybe even two, because somebody's going to come in and put on a freaking show, which is going to just deflate the crowd. The crowd is just not going to have anything in them. And you won't be able to take a break because the match is up next, and then that match is going to suffer. I know the match that's going to tear the house down for sure, but I can't say that at the moment. It would be a spoiler. So, I'll be interested to see how the crowd goes about these matches. It'll be kind of like last year where Scott Steiner and Matthews faced off against Borash and Abyss/Parks. The crowd was into that because it turned into a final deletion type of thing, and then they were just dead for the X Division match. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out. Can the crowd stay into it? Will these matches deliver enough to where they keep the crowd into it consistently? And the last thing, and I'm gonna go, I kind of cheated here, but the other thing I want to talk about is the result of the World Title match. Now, I can't give you everything because I have a review coming up this week for Bound for Glory. So, last most intriguing thing is the result of the Eli Drake Johnny Mundo match. Will Impact go with the new name that's just coming to the company? I'll tell you what, the story indicates that face should overcome the heel here. However, I would love to see Eli Drake get a huge win at Bound for Glory, the biggest pay-per-view of the year for Impact, and it would be a nice moment for him. Will Impact go down the road of putting the title on a fresh new face again? It'll be interesting to see. I know I have my answer for that result, but I'll save it for the review. So that's the end for this video. Feel free to comment down below. What are you looking forward to most in Bound for Glory? What are the matches you look forward to most? What do you think about my assessment as looking at the top 3 most intriguing things heading into Bound for Glory? Anything you have below about Bound for Glory, Impact Wrestling, comment down below.